As birders or wildlife photographers, anyone honestly that uses a camera, but particularly the people that focus on wildlife, we get tons of heavy gear, and therefore we look to systems to help us carry that gear, oftentimes turning to things like backpacks and straps. However, this cotton carrier vest, or harness I should say, is one of the best products out there for carrying your kit with you. Hey, how's it going? My name is Hawken, your virtual birding guide, and I love making birding and wildlife focused videos and occasionally doing gear reviews like this one. So in this video, I'm going to be covering the Cotton Carrier G3 harness system, as well as a brief mention of the side holster too. Before I get into the review, there's of course going to be chapters linked down below, so if you want to jump around and learn about specific parts about this product, you can do so with the chapters. And a quick disclaimer, Cotton Carrier did not ask me to make this video. I paid for this product with my own money. I'm in no way connected to Cotton Carrier outside of signing up for their affiliate program because, spoiler alert, I really love this product and I will recommend it to lots of people. So that being said, if you do find yourself wanting to purchase this after you see this review, please use one of my links down below. It'll give me a little bit of a commission, and it'll also give you a nice little discount if you buy it from their website using my link. But again, this video is not sponsored. These are totally my own thoughts and opinions. And I'll share a few of the negatives I've had with this product, as well as the many positives. So let's dive into it. All right, before reviewing any of it, I'm gonna talk about everything you'd get in the box should you buy the harness. So of course we have the harness itself. Then you would get a rain cover that attaches to the harness. It also comes with a safety tether. Now this isn't the exact tether it would come with should you buy the product. This is a different one from Cotton Carrier. I actually think I accidentally got rid of the originals because I personally didn't ever use them. But you'll get a safety tether too to attach to your camera or lens and hook it to the vest as one extra measure of protection. You'll have a rubber washer, the Cotton Carrier hub system, and then the mounting bolt. Now, if you chose to go for the version that comes with the side holster, or if you bought the side holster separately, you of course would get the side holster. You'd get a second Allen key, another rubber washer, another mounting hub, another bolt, and then you'd also get a second safety tether as well. Again, I don't have that here. Now just a quick note, you can get this in the dark gray like the version I have, or you could also get it in a camel color if you prefer that option. So now let's talk about the quality of the harness itself as well as the fit and comfort. This thing, I have had it for a while and I have been outdoors all over with it, and the stitching still looks really solid. Like it might be starting to come apart in some places, but this thing is really well made. It feels super high quality. The mounting hardware is very sturdy, and I've never had any thoughts that any piece of this would break, which is really great because this is being used to hold up a lot of expensive gear, and so you want to make sure you have a good quality product that is doing that. On top of being a harness for your camera stuff, there is a couple of additional features I'll mention before I put this on. There's a front pocket right here. I never really personally use this because my lens kind of hangs over the top of it, so it's not super accessible. There is also a pocket on the inside, which is roughly phone shaped, though a larger phone probably wouldn't quite fit in here. This is the part that goes onto your chest, so whatever you do end up sliding in here, you'll want to not be super obtrusive because you'll feel that. Also on the back part of it, this mesh part here is a pocket itself. Now again, I don't know many people who would use this kind of mesh pocket. It is much bigger than the other two, but reaching and getting something onto your back would be quite difficult. So you'd have to take the harness fully off to be able to access anything in there, unless maybe somehow you slid a tripod into it like a sword. Like, I don't know if you're like Link or something. Those are some of the extra features. It also has a couple of attachment points. There's two metal rings towards the top of the chest plate that you could hook stuff onto. And then there are two red loops that are sewn into the bottom part of the chest part too, that you can hook other things onto as well. Now as for the fit and comfort, this thing is super adjustable. The straps up top have adjusting parts that you can pull to get to your liking, And then the straps on the back too also can come completely out. So you can totally detach them from the back part because this is actually Velcro on the inside. Now I'm not gonna actually pull this out right now because I have it exactly where I want it to be. I was honestly a little worried when I saw this was Velcro. I thought it wouldn't be very sturdy, but I've found no issue with it. It stays on just fine and it won't pull out if I tug on it. Add this on, we'll just buckle it here really quick. Give me 1 second to move the mic, and then I'll buckle this part here. So yeah, this is what it looks like when I'm wearing it. You have both of these adjustment straps to kind of pull the shoulder straps and adjust them tighter. You have 2 straps on the back here, and then you have a strap up front to really fine tune in those adjustments and get it as comfortable as possible for you. I've worn this thing on some fairly long hikes, probably upwards of 6-8 miles, and I could honestly go even further with it. You will get a little more sweaty, of course, because you have an extra layer on if it's warm out, but overall this thing is pretty comfortable even when carrying a big heavy telephoto lens. Now where I have had some issues is if I'm wearing this and I'm wearing a backpack over the top of it, the backpack straps and the straps of the cotton carrier kind of start to compete with each other, and one of them pushes in towards your neck and it might start to rub on your neck. But when I'm wearing the cotton carrier on its own, I don't really ever have those issues. So that is one thing just to note. All right, let's talk functionality really quick before I take this back off. The rain cover right here comes in this tiny little pouch. We'll just clip right on to that red loop, and you can always have it there. I pretty much never take it off, except for this video is the only time I've ever taken this off, because if I ever get in a rainstorm and I need to protect my camera gear, I think it's really sweet they included this big bag that comes out from that tiny little pouch, and you can wrap that as best as possible around your gear. Now, it doesn't totally fit super long lenses, but it'll still help you in a pinch protect your most important stuff and keep at least some parts of your gear dry. So I really do love that feature. And it's super nice that it goes into such a small pouch too. Just like that, back in pouch form. And then again, this isn't the exact right tether, but you have another little red loop on this side that you can connect the tether clip to. And then the other end, if I had the correct one, would attach to either the little part of your large lens, or it can attach to the little clips on the side of your camera, just as an extra mechanism of safety in case you drop your camera while you're holding it. All right, I took it back off here now just because I want to show you their patented locking mechanism as close as possible. So you have the chest piece here, and you have their hub, which is the universal hub for all of their products, the side holster included. This hub has a little arrow direction that'll show you what way it can slide into here. So you can see this slides right in, and then when you twist it, it will not slide back out. It's locked in there and absolutely won't go anywhere until you twist it back, and then it can slide right out. And so these little pieces, you take this and then you use your Allen key to put the mounting bolt through this into either the bottom of your camera or the bottom of your lens foot. I actually have one of their universal tripod adapters here too. It is a bit annoying that that is a separate purchase, but I'm gonna quickly screw this onto that adapter, though it can go directly into a lens foot as well. You just will not then be able to use the lens foot on a tripod most likely, which is a bit unfortunate. And so now that I got the hub attached to my lens, this is the Sony 200-600 by the way, I'll just show you one more time. This is the part that goes on your chest. It'll slide in there right onto the vest, and then when you twist it and let it hang down, it is not gonna come out. I'm pushing pretty hard and this is not going anywhere. And then if I wanted to take it out, I will twist my lens completely perpendicular and then it comes out super easy. One feature I forgot to mention too, I don't use this either, but there is an additional strap that can go around your lens for extra just security and holding it. So if I wrap that around my lens, now it's even more secure. It won't wobble around, holding even more, but this slows me down a little bit when taking it out, and honestly, without the strap, it might wobble a little bit, but I'm not really worried. It's not going anywhere, and I'd rather be able to access it quicker. But if you're extra worried about stability, maybe you're hiking over some rough terrain, this might be something you want to whip out really quickly and use. Effectively, why I believe this is the best system for wildlife photographers and me as a birder is that I will have my lens here on my chest at the ready. Birding encounters are sometimes extremely fleeting. They are over in maybe 2 seconds. So all I have to do, twist, take it off, my camera is right at my face already, and I'm able to try and snap those pictures as quick as possible without just having to carry my lens all the time or use something like a shoulder strap. I love this vest. Its functionality is incredible. All right, I'll talk about the side holster now really quick because this is actually a huge sell for me as a birder, and I wish I had gotten it sooner. So I originally only bought the version with the harness, but even if you buy them separately, they still work together seamlessly. So you'll notice that the harness has a little Velcro spot here. Now that is for their side holster to attach to. This side holster opens up and it slides right over that Velcro and Velcros in. Sorry, it's hard to do this for some reason when I'm not wearing it. Attach it around, and now you have not just one, but 2 mounting points. Now I of course don't run dual camera setups, but this is where I keep my binoculars. So now I also no longer have to have my binoculars on my neck. Let me show you that really quick. All right, got the harness back on here. Just remember, that is my lens, secure now. That stays right there. And then my binoculars will slide right into the side holster, and they kind of just naturally go sideways. And now they also will not go anywhere. Super sweet. I no longer have to wear anything around my neck for my lens. I no longer have to wear my binoculars around my neck. Both are at the ready when I need them. So yeah, the thing around my binoculars is also made by Cotton Carrier. It's their universal adapter. It just has like a little Velcro strap that goes around the one lens of my binocular and has the same exact universal adapting plate that'll slide into here, or for whatever reason I want it on the center, I can put it on the center too. These adapters, they also make ones for tripods. You could even use this one for a tripod and just have it wrap around a leg. So you theoretically could have a tripod and a camera. You could go double camera. If you're a wedding photographer, you might like something like that. This system truly is awesome, and it offers a lot of flexibility. For wildlife photographers, I think it's great, but it could work for a lot of other use cases too. So that pretty much covers everything with the functionality in the box and stuff. Before my final just thoughts and some pros and cons I'll mention, I'm gonna take this out in the field and show you what it's like actually outdoors. So yeah, let's get out in the field and go find some birds. So I'm out here in the field with my Cotton Carrier on, got my binoculars and camera. And there's a few chickadees calling behind me just by my local river. So let's see if we can get them. Put this back for now unless one pops out, because I do feel confident pulling it off quickly and having my camera ready for what I needed to. No luck on those chickadees, sadly. The hot spots near my house have been kind of dead recently, honestly. But while I walk, I'll just show you that I still have my binoculars and camera here. This Cotton Carrier is working amazing. Now, pro tip, when you have a big, heavy lens, you want to attach the mounting hub point to the lens foot, not the camera itself. Because if you hang it by the camera, your camera is going to be the thing holding up the weight of that huge lens, and that is not good for the connection point. Now you could use the strap that I showed earlier to alleviate some of that pressure, but still, you're honestly just better off having it on the lens foot like I do here. See if I can take this off with one hand. So you can see that I have the mounting part on the bottom. Whew, one-handed, look at that. There is really very few birds around. It's kind of unfortunate. I really wanted to give a good view. Still hope this was a good little field test showing for you how I have my binoculars and camera with me at all times for this cotton carrier harness. With that, I'll throw it back to me in the studio. All right, back in the studio now just for one more quick overview and listing my final pros and cons. So I'll start with the pros just to quickly recap everything. Extremely comfortable, super adjustable, fits the exact use case I need for carrying my heavy lens while still having it accessible, and then also getting the binoculars off my neck and having both pieces of gear on my body at the ready. I absolutely love that. The other big pro is that this system is awesome and super secure. I have not had any issues with my gear falling out, nor have I ever worried about it falling out. I know this was something I was a little bit worried about before purchasing this product, but after using it for a while, I become so comfortable with it. And this is something I will have with me every time I am out in the field. A quick overview of some of the cons. This is definitely bulkier than something like a strap that definitely just goes around you. I believe it's more secure and I prefer this option, but I know some people do just prefer that strap and let their camera hang on their side. And then of course, the other con is gonna be the price. Now, I do think this investment is well worth it for the vest, but what started to irk me a little bit is the holster is extra. The adapter piece for my binoculars is an extra cost too. And then the big kicker too was the part that I have on the bottom of my lens right now, the tripod adapter, that was extra as well. In fact, I think this might be 50 bucks at the time of making this video. That's a little excessive. I really wish they would have thrown in the adapter along with the original system, because when you add all these pieces up, you're looking at probably around, I don't know, $250 to $300 for all of these different pieces. Now, granted, you might not need every single thing that I've mentioned. You might not need the adapter. You might not need the piece that goes on the binoculars. You might just only want the harness. However, I am not mad I made this investment. This has been the perfect solution for me. It solved a lot of problems. And if it's gonna solve a bunch of problems for you, again, I'd encourage you to use my affiliate links. Would I recommend it for you? Well, it depends. Are you someone who just wants to get the binoculars off of your neck? You probably don't need this whole setup, this heavy duty thing just for some binoculars. As a birder, there are plenty of binocular harnesses out there that you could use instead that are a lot cheaper. If you are someone though that uses big lenses or needs to do a dual camera setup that has multiple points of contact, yes, this absolutely will be really great for you. And I have loved this particular product. I hope you enjoyed this video of my recap of the Cotton Carrier G3 harness. If you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comments. I'll try and answer them. Thank you as always for watching my videos. I'll see you in the next one. Happy birding.